This is a podcast and a movie.
Did we make it? Are we back?
We're back.
Welcome to a podcast and a movie. This is Nick.
And I'm Chris.
What's going on? We came back quick, like we said.
We sound 8 years older.
It's
Hopefully wiser.
I hope so too. So, yeah, here we are. We are back trying to do some new movies for everybody. Took an unscheduled vacation.
It's really for ourselves, but if you listen.
Yeah, we really just do it. It's cathartic for us. We process some trauma. No. Yeah, so let's see. It's been almost 8 years since our last recording. I don't even remember if we said it. Chris moved. I moved.
Doesn't seem like it's been that long. It's like it was yesterday.
No, literally. I remember. I vividly remember that last recording. And let's see. I moved twice. I'm in a new house, so I moved out of Dundee and moved up to Ann Arbor, and then I'm back closer to Chris. Actually, we only live like a mile, maybe 2 miles tops away from each other now.
We're even closer than before.
Yeah, we should have been recording.
We have no excuses.
No excuses anymore. So I don't know what brought all this on.
Our kids are all old now. I'm a grandparent.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a grandparent in August.
I'm grandpappy.
I'm also fighting a cold, but so I sound a little older than I am. No, but yeah, a lot less time available in our schedules right now. Gosh, when we recorded last time, I was like a coach, and all my kids were in sports. It was a crazy time. So I don't know. We have no excuses. We apologize.
Forgive our transgressions.
We're back to make amends. We're back to clean up old series, start new ones, and we promise to finish. Let me see. So, because it's been so long since we recorded, I wrote things down, actually. I used to early on. I was listening to some of our Jason episodes, and I was like, oh, yeah, I used to take notes during the Jason series. Like, I'm an iPad, but... So, yeah, basically what's been going on the last 8 years, just working, raising families, being busy, working on our own houses, actually. That's more the busy work that I do. I have a totally new job now. I do graphic design at work, so that's why all the logos and all the artwork's changing everybody, because I'm like, oh, we can't have this. So, yeah, I don't know. I just been making music, playing music. I don't know. Did this all come about because we met Justin, our listener, last year? And he was like, yeah, I should do another episode. And I'm like, Chris is too busy. And Chris is like in front of him, I'm not too busy. And I was like, dang.
No, I said, you said that in podcast a long time ago. Like we're just, I'm like, I don't do anything Friday night.
I'm available.
I have since then, but back then, I'm like, I don't have anything planned.
Yeah. So, listen.
Going to the club, I can't make it.
Nick, I'm going to the club. I will not be able to be at the podcast recording tonight.
Boom.
I did a bunch of podcasts and CD recordings at my other house. I've lived in my current house for 3 years, and I haven't even recorded a show for that here because, I don't know, I was more obsessed with making the album, and I don't know. All right, so Chris and I, the funny thing is honestly, usually whenever Chris and I are together, we're actually talking about like what we're watching and what we're doing at the time. And I think just even a couple of weeks ago, I was like, yeah, I'm watching all the Marvel phase 1 through 3, just watching those movies again. And then I'm always like, I actually hadn't seen Thor the whole way through and the first Captain America, and quite a few of those Marvel movies actually. And so I've been like, yeah, I tell Chris this stuff, and he's like, oh, I like this one, I don't like that one. And he's like, that one's fine, it's okay. But what started that? The Hulk, the Incredible Hulk Returns. That movie's genius. That's still my favorite. I don't know, for different reasons. But yeah, whenever we're together, we talk about movies. Maybe not every time, but actually a lot of the times we watched that new Dexter series, the finale together. But Chris was watching it and was like, yeah, this is pretty good. You need to He's like, you need to watch the whole series in a week, and then we'll watch the series or the season finale.
I watched
together.
the prequel though too.
Did you watch that prequel?
Yeah.
Was it any good?
Yeah. I liked it.
Interesting. I'd like to check that out, actually. I was actually waiting for your review on that. So, Chris's critiques on movies are ones I actually kind of listen to. Like, a lot of people say stuff. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Let me see what Chris thinks. And usually we just land in more of a similar area. Obviously, there's some movies that I like a lot that Chris might not like and vice versa. But yeah. So we talk about movies all the time still and music. But, you know, what was that band? Lorna
Shore.
Lorna Shore. We were listening to some metal last week, but I guess it just felt like time to get back together and do this. I got new equipment, so hopefully we sound better and we sound clear. But what do we want to talk about first, or second, or third? Where are we at? So, what have you been watching, Chris? How about that? What have you been watching? What have you been liking for the last 8 years? What have you been hating? What do you got?
Yeah, not a lot of new stuff. I mean, the new Dexters. We watched obviously the reboot, the New York one too, together.
Yeah. Oh, New Blood, or yeah. I always want to call it like Ice Blood or something because it's winter. But it's New Blood.
I was even confused now. There's that. I forget what the prequel's called now because
think,
I think that was New Blood or
Original Sin.
yeah, there you go.
Or Original Blood. Original Blood.
Original Blood. It should have been called Original Blood.
Genius.
First Blood. No.
That's what I was gonna say.
I gotta think a minute. I should have made some notes, I guess.
No, that's all right. I can talk about what I've been watching. I tell you what, like that Dexter series. It's not even a series. It's just a season. Those two, I guess. That's like the only new TV I've watched. I've discovered over the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 years that like I'm just not as into like TV series as everybody else is. I'm already into the Dexter universe, so I will jump in and watch a season of that, and I still think that's one of the better series. But I'm just like everybody at work. Like now that I work in a different environment, everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, you got to see this! Oh, this is the best show I've ever seen." Oh, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not watching any of these." I'm like, "This doesn't even sound like my kind of thing." And then
That's just a turn off for me.
yeah, I know. But like again, if Chris
Just simmer
says
down.
something, yeah, I'm like, you
Simmer
just
down.
calm down. Because I watched like the first 2 episodes of Stranger Things back in like 2017 or something.
Yeah, I watched
And I
that
was
up
like-
to. I haven't seen the last one yet, but I watched the first 4 with my kids.
Yeah, I didn't like the
we
first
watched
couple
we
episodes.
watched Cobra Kai.
That is, I was gonna say, Cobra Kai is pretty. It's probably my favorite show. Like that show was just made. It was just made for me. I got the Blu-ray box set coming. They announced that like a few weeks ago or a month ago, which I was very glad about because I don't have Netflix all the time, and I was just like, oh yes. I was hoping because Columbia, I think, owns that. It's Sony Columbia. So I'm like, Netflix distribute it, but they don't own Cobra Kai. So I'm like, I'm hoping we'll get a good HD. Of course, everyone was complaining it's not 4K, but I'm like, hey, be happy with the HD, like physical media. But yeah, Cobra Kai's it. And then, gosh, when did we record last? 2018. So I think the last
it's
Marvel.
been so long. I mean, the Endgame, Infinity War.
Infinity War was finally the Marvel movie I'd been waiting for. It had stakes. I was like, I liked other Marvel movies, but that one, I think I saw that like the night before Chris or something. And I was like, that's the closest to an X-Men movie that I was like, I think any Marvel Studios movie got. It was, I mean, again, I didn't hate other Marvel movies, but that was like that one. It had my attention. It was good. That was a good, gosh. It chapter 1, chapter 2.
Yeah, first one was out after when we did our last
Yeah.
show, but we probably didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
I did. What was the one?
Stephen King or
Totally just.
Chris is getting his bearings back. Something horror.
Yeah. This is not it, but I just remembered too. I just recently saw Black Christmas for the first time. The 70s version.
Yeah, me too. I watched that. Well, I watched it last year, but this year I watched it more. We could talk about those sometime. But it's my thing is like Chris said, not a whole lot of new stuff, and that's true for me. Like there's a joke actually at work where I'm like, was this made before like 1990? I'm like, then I'm not watching it. It's funny. Obviously, I'm not that extreme.
Well, you've seen
But-
like Black Phone and Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I never saw those.
I need to see
I don't
the
think
new.
I've seen any like modern horror, except for like the Scream movies.
Yep. And then I think just saw it,
I saw Superman.
the new Halloween.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There we go.
We gotta definitely talk about those sometime. I did update the artwork, if you'll notice on Instagram. We're at a podcast and a movie on Instagram. I put some new art updates on there, some pictures. Didn't put any text to them or anything, but it will show you that we kind of have a plan to do some of those new Halloween movies, which I know a lot of people have been reaching out, like, when are you guys going to talk about the new Halloweens? So we were just taking our time. They're like, they better be good shows. No.
I will be. I have to mention that. I didn't hear anyone mention anything about the not liking the sister thing.
The
Laurie Strode Halloween.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I mentioned that in our podcast, and now
Yep.
there's a whole trilogy based on that. I was like,
Yep. That was, I sometimes didn't like the way we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that when we get there. But those, the Halloween movies, I have, what is it called? Chris told me, I think in 2020, he asked me if I ever saw Midsommar. And I was like, not yet. I'm like, it's on my radar because it looks cool just by the cover. And so I basically discovered Ari Aster three years ago. I got this Hereditary Midsommar 2-pack, and I watched both of those, and then like Beau Was Afraid came out like the week I watched Midsommar, or it was out, but it was in the theater for like one more week, like the week I watched Midsommar. So I saw that, and then I saw Eddington this past year. Man, that was last year already, but whatever. I can't believe it's 2026. So basically, his stuff has been like huge with me for the last 3 years, and you'll find out my thoughts on those movies. I told Chris, if we come back, like, we got to do, not right away, but I'm like, we got to do Ari Aster films, and because he's like, yeah, well, I'll leave it for the show, dude. I'm opinionated on his movies in a good way. Spoiler.
it's 2026. We're 11 years past the future of Back to the Future 2.
Oh, that's brutal. It's fine. That's what I was gonna do. We had a list of some stuff we wanted to talk about, movies that we want to talk about. Let me see if I can get my phone to reset here. Yeah, I talked to Chris. I said definitely, which we've talked about before. We want to talk about Indiana Jones movies, Nightmare on Elm Street. We don't want to shoot too high with our aspirations here. Everyone's like, yeah, we'll see, guys.
Everyone's like, we'll believe it when we see it.
We'll believe it when that feed is updated. We talked about the Scream movies. I talked about, Chris said the Saw movies. And I said the Kubrick movies from 2001 to Eyes Wide Shut would be cool. Lethal Weapon, Psycho. I've gotten into the Psycho movies as far as horror a lot. I'd seen them before, but I watched those movies quite a bit. And there's a good documentary on DVD. I don't know if it's available anywhere but other than DVD, but it's called The Psycho Legacy. And that's good. It's kind of like the Crystal Lake Memories documentary, where it just, this one big movie covers all the making of all the movies. It's really good.
We met Elliot from E.T., who was in
Yeah.
Psycho.
Yep. It was a good story because John and I were, John was he like, there's Elliot, obviously it's not his real name, and I'm like, you know what? I was like, I got something I can go ask him, because it was like after hours, right? I think it was after hours. So it wasn't officially at the convention. And I was like, John, I know what to ask him that he'll probably be like, oh, cool. And I'm like, is it true you really cut your hand really bad? I knew it was true, but I was just kind of playing like did you really cut your hand? And he's like, yeah. So he showed us the scar, but he, I guess, sliced his hand up big time in Psycho 4 because he plays Norman Bates as a kid. I don't know if you saw that one, Chris.
Yeah.
Prequel. And so he got all excited.
I saw 4. What's the one with the chick from Jason 5?
I Which
That's 3 or 4, right?
I don't know. Who's in 5 that's in Psycho?
The redhead.
New Beginning. I have to look. Stand by.
That's a part of my terms. But I want to make love with you.
The girl he's talking to?
Yeah.
Is it Robin? Is her name Robin?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. She's in 3. Oh, she's the redhead. Okay. Dude, I didn't even realize that. Well, it wasn't that long. It was a year later. In fairness, well, Psycho 3 is not my favorite, but a lot of times I'm doing things while I'm watching Psycho 3. But Texas Chainsaw, that's another one. I really want to cover that, especially the original. I want to cover those movies. All of them. I don't think Chris even saw or even heard of that one that was on Netflix 4 years ago. I'll keep my thoughts to myself on that.
I mean, there's like the good ones, and there's ones that are like,
They'd be fun to make fun of or love to hate or whatever. But obviously Batman, I've talked to Chris about that ever since the beginning of this show in 2013. So yeah, we have some ideas on that new Masters of the Universe. Does that come out this year or next year?
this year.
This year. So maybe we'll...
June 2026.
We were like, that's an easy one. We do the old movie. We do the new movie. I was like, we could cover
Don't
it.
have to do 5 movies to
Yeah.
build up. You just one movie.
I was like, what
Good
about
journey.
the Terror Train? One movie. We're done. It was funny. So those are some of the ideas that we've been throwing around. Obviously, there's infinity movies and series that we could cover because we watch a lot of movies. We like a lot of movies. We dislike a lot of movies too.
Everyone seemed to like the horror, but obviously we're not just horror guys. You mentioned Lethal Weapon.
Yeah. I don't know if I did actually. Yeah.
Yeah, you said it.
But Nightmare on Elm Street too. Like I've been like you might remember. I used to always try to do marathons of that back.
We didn't even finish X-Men. We still have...
Yeah, well, we talked about that. We want to do Apocalypse, but we were like, let's just jump in and just do a show about nothing. I guess we'll do our Seinfeld episode and just talk about our plans and
Children of the Corn.
Children of the Corn. I would love to. Oh man, those movies. Man, those
Child's
movies.
Play.
Those movies go off the rails, man.
Crazy.
I do want to say on the record, until there's a new Jason movie, maybe we could talk about that show on Peacock when it comes out. They said December, dude.
Yeah, they keep changing.
I'm
it.
like, wow.
People were like, it's going to be November 13th. It's Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Like, man, that's too far away. And then, December. I'm like, oh, that's even further away.
It's nuts.
I mean, they finished filming in October. What's taking so
That's
long?
what I thought. I was like, I thought they were like done for
Can't
a
be some
while
like
on that.
crazy special effects.
I
Then it's going to take extra long for season 2 because if it has to get approved for season 2, then they got to film it. So it's going to be like 2-3 years between season 1 and season 2.
see. That's why I like movies. Movies are just more concise.
And that's why I don't watch until it's done so I can...
You just watch the whole thing. I will say I have learned much more about Friday the 13th series since our series on that 13 years ago. 13. That's why we're back, guys. It's been 13 years. Has it been 13 years? Yes. Wow.
Yeah, 26. 13 plus 13.
But yeah, basically, I was just joking with Chris, probably on and off, that I'm like, yeah, I learned a lot about that because the book became a movie to watch. So it's just a 2-part documentary, or it's 1 part on the disc, I think. But I watched that documentary a lot, and a lot of the stories I hear Chris telling me on our podcast, I'm like, oh, I know what I already know now. So, but also on March 13th of this year, we're finally going to get to see Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D in the theater. Shelley he vouched for it, right? He said it's going to be 3D projected. So we were like, we got to go a little bit of a drive for it, but it'll be worth it. I think it's 2 movie, 3 and 4. So I'm pretty stoked about seeing that. I haven't seen any of those first 8 movies in the theater.
I saw part 1 in 2022.
Yeah, I was jealous. He sent me a picture. He's in the theater. I was like, oh, I should have went. Yeah, but
Dragged my wife along.
did you? I forgot. I was thinking you were alone.
I didn't have to drag her or drug her.
Yeah, you're like,
She went willingly.
let's go. Genius. But yeah, that's the Friday the 13th updates. I watch those. We go to these conventions like 2 or 3 times a year. Usually me, Chris, John, and Ryan's been going the last few years. And I can't remember. I think we were looking it up. Well, it wasn't 2020, but for sure in like 2021, we started bringing like our Rukus, and I bring like my Blu-ray player, and we just have like the Jason movies on like all weekend. It's pretty awesome. And I've been watching Jason movies way more than like I alluded to on the show. At the time, I'll tell you the truth, but now I just kind of have them on a lot in the background. Just when I'm doing stuff in my office, when I'm just listening. It sounds weird. I'm like listening to them, but yeah, it's good stuff. Still,
we've been through a lot of cons since then.
Yeah, I know. We've been through. That was what I was going to say. You met Shelly, we met Dr. Cruz, Tina. I think we saw her before and after our last show.
Yeah. I don't know if we talked about it.
She passed away since Lar Park, Lincoln. She passed away, and then a lot of Jason's guys. Was the guy in part 4 passed away too?
He was 3 years ago or something.
Yeah, I'm like, goodness.
Ted White.
I think Chris met Ted White at a con, right?
I met Ted White in 2018 at Flashback in
Nice.
Chicago, along with Judy Aronson.
That was a flashback?
Yeah,
Genius.
2018. She's been there a couple times since then.
I didn't realize that. I was thinking Ted White was down south when you were near us.
I think I weirded her out. I was like, I saw you in this weird obscure show called Sledgehammer no one's ever heard of. She's like, yeah. And I was like, in Full House? She's like, yep, I was in an episode of Full House.
Genius. She got weirded out by that?
I mean, she's probably like, who knows these weird facts?
And you're like, hey, I'm a fan. I'm a real fan. No.
Kane knows my
Yeah.
name.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's what I wanted to talk about. Chris and
if you-
Kane are like big
If
pals.
somehow this is your first episode you've ever heard of us, go back and rewind. But yeah, Kane Hodder knows my name.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
He gives me free pics and autographs. And,
Special treatment. He gets all this. He gets all the special treatment. He always comes back with these stories because he waits in line forever.
I met Julius from Part 8.
Yeah.
VC Dupree.
And
Sean.
Yeah.
That's his real name. I can't think of his real name. Yeah. Jensen Daggett. But I was scheduled to get a pic with Kane dressed as Jason and Julius in his Adidas warm-up suit.
Genius. He was going to wear that? I forgot about that.
Yeah, I totally missed out. But I missed that. But they gave me a Kane one. And I told, he was like, oh, you missed it. I was like, yeah. And I was about to walk out, and he's like, hold on, stop it. He like shut down the photo shoot. And if you've ever been to these, what do they call them?
Photo ops.
Yeah, if you've ever been to a photo op, it's very just black and white, just very like militaristic. Photo, gone, go. Just keep going.
Yeah.
But Kane just shut the thing down. I was like, hold on. He's like, Chris. I was like, yes, Kane.
yes, sir.
He's like, come here.
Yes,
I
my
was like,
master.
all right. So he's like, I'm going to let you choke me in a picture. No one's ever choked me. So I have a picture of me choking Kane
Does he want people to know that?
as Jason. I don't know. I mean, I haven't shown anyone the picture,
Yeah.
but I have a picture of me choking Kane. But he can't do that in cons anymore because he got sued or there was some liability.
Yeah, no, I got the picture of him choking me, and then I think shortly after that, you were like, hey, he doesn't do that no more or something like that. I was like, oh.
But he's like, you didn't listen to me. I was like, what are you talking about? He may have given me advice the day before, like to be there really, really early. Because I was there on time, and I missed the photo shoot. I was mad because I really wanted the Julius and Kane. Jason.
Did you get a refund?
No, because they gave me the one for Kane for free, but they weren't budging. I was about to go off.
Yeah. Well, I think we were up late that Friday night, if I recall. That was Saturday, right, when you did the picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were up pretty late that Friday night. We weren't moving around. But, yeah. Next time. Julius will come back. That was cool.
So. That was like a...
We gave Demon a slice of pizza.
I met Chris, Dana Kimmel from Part 3. She does it.
Yeah, that was cool.
She's rare. So is Jensen Daggett. Mm-hmm. And it was Sean's, I think, first con ever. I can brain for his name.
Scott Reeves.
Scott Reeves,
is his
yes.
real name, yeah.
It was his first con ever. It was a big Part 8 when I bought a Part 8 mask, and I
Yeah.
had a bunch of Part 8 people sign it.
We gave,
I wish Mr. McCulloch was still alive. I'm brain farting on his name, but great character.
I always know his name. I can never think of it. Peter Mark Richmond?
He was also in Naked Gun 2.5.
That's right. I still can't pronounce names, everybody, so that will not change from our old shows to our new shows.
I also had Kane sign a picture. He's never signed a picture before. I was like, do something you've never done before. And
Oh, gotcha. Go on.
XO, XO, XO. And so he signed a picture to me, to Chris. XO, XO, XO.
Why is he kissing me? You're like, I don't know. Do something new. I got a lot of autographs from you. Maybe I should stand in line with you one of these times.
He's really liked it too, because I always tell him I've read his books and saw his documentaries. So. He's like, oh, really?
Yeah, I watched his. I actually got his book on Audible. It was pretty cool. He reads it too, so it's in his voice, which is always a plus with autobiographies. But I finally heard all the stories Chris was talking about on the podcast in his book. But it was interesting. And then what was the one movie I always watch? Is it House 2? It's a terrible movie. But Kane's in, he's like a bartender or something like that. He's got this big stunt in it. And every time I'm watching, I'm like, genius. I'm like, there's Kane. Chris is like, yeah. He's like, what are you watching? I'm like, House 2. He's like, why are you watching House 2? Listen, I watch a lot of old movies. See?
Yeah, see.
That's how we do it. But yeah, we gave Demon a slice of pizza at what was that, a costume contest that year? When that was Scarefest. That was funny.
Was that the year when they had the guy who did the guitar for?
Yeah, Master of Puppets thing.
Yeah. We're like, why is everyone here for this?
Mm-hmm.
It's the guy that played a solo someone else wrote from a movie that someone else.
It was like,
Anyway,
yeah, it's not our kind of thing, but we were just there. John was dressed up as Leatherface, so I can't remember why he came over to us.
he was just walking by. We were like, hey.
And then
I remember I got him I bought him a shot. We were like, I was like, ooh, baby. He's like, ooh, baby.
Oh, wow. I forgot about that. That's funny. And then the picture I have of him with holding our slice of pizza, because John ordered like this pizza at like a sports bar or something. What's that called? The Lex in Lexington, Kentucky. And yeah, John gets his pizza. So freaking Demon takes the slice, and he's like, he like knows how to take pictures. Like he all posed and was acting all crazy in the picture and stuff like that. I remember walking around probably Friday night or something like that, and Chris was probably in line for Kane or something, and I was like, I just kind of watch how people interact with their fans and stuff like that. And I was like, Demon seems pretty cool, and Chris was like, yeah, he's known to like, yeah, he's not, because some people you can be like,
He's a ham.
yeah, it's like it looked like Tracy Savage from Part 3 was not as like, I don't know, like it's fine if that's not everybody's thing, but it was just like, I was like, she doesn't seem as interested. Because we talked to Shelley for a while, and then we all got a picture with Shelley and Dr. Cruz.
Yeah, because I knew
Nick.
Shelley was a fan of Bruce, and
Yeah.
I said that, and you're like, how did you know? I was like, I knew that would get you guys going.
So then we started talking, and then I asked him the stupidest question, like, what's your favorite album? And I'm like, and then I was like, actually, that's a stupid question. And he was like, yeah. So then we kind of both discovered that we were like, oh, we're both kind of like real Springsteen fans. Like, I'm like, it depends on what mood I'm in. It was funny because most people would just be like, oh, I think that one, Born to Run or something, but it's just like, yeah, it just depends, But that was funny. We were talking. I didn't expect to get in a Springsteen conversation with, I always call them their stage names.
With Shelley Finkelstein?
Yeah, I like calling them their stage names, but I always forget his real name, and I know it, Larry Zerner. I'm like,
Zerner Law. He's been. I mean, if you're Jason Finn, you probably know, but he's always commented on the lawsuit between Manfredini, or not Manfredini, Cunningham and
Miller. Look at me, guys. See, my knowledge is
Victor Miller.
Victor Miller. My knowledge has expanded.
And You mentioned like going in the lines for Kane, and he's always like, "Why you always wait in line?" I'm like, oh, I don't want to cut.
I think it's our personalities. Like we don't.
Plus, I'm always like, what if like you forget about me, and then I'm like, I just go up there like, who are you? I'm like, oh, come on.
I don't want to assume. Yeah, because the first time you do that, that'll be the time he's like getting dementia or something, and he doesn't remember you.
And he always knows John too. Now he's like, yeah, I know Chris and John.
He used to know me. He used to call me. For a minute, he called me Nick, but he probably wouldn't remember my name now. But for a while, he would just say I was the brother. Like, there's your brother or something like that. But yeah, a lot of good times at those conventions. I am going. Well, we were going to go to a convention next Friday. Down in Pittsburgh, because Eric Freeman that was another movie series I watched probably too much, is Silent Night, Deadly Nights, and Eric Freeman from Freaking Part 2 is going to be doing cons this year, and so, long story short, Chris is like joking, like, what if he goes to this Astro one that we go to that's literally like not far from where we live, like not a traveling con for sure, and turns out Chris sent a picture. I'm like, he's going to be there. So we ended up canceling the pitch, which we were all totally cool with. But next week we'll be like, we should have went. No, but so that'll be cool. They posted his prices. Did I tell you that? That it was like $50 for a picture and an autograph. Yeah, which is cheap to me because everyone else's are like 90 and 80 for combos. I'm like, yeah, I just don't want to pay that much, but it's
and I'm not an autograph guy. I just prefer a photo.
Same here, honestly.
Like I got that Kane poster with Jason A. That's probably worth money until I had him sign my name on it.
Yeah. I might actually do what was I thinking? If Malcolm McDowell ever did another con, I was like, it might be a good idea to print out that picture I got of him and I, and then have him sign that. I was thinking of doing that sometime, but he does charge a lot, and I got his autograph back in 2016.
Would you ask him if he's the boogeyman?
If he is, why? What's that from?
Well, it's the opposite of Halloween.
Oh, I'm like, do you keep bags of dead animals?
What possessed the?
We do have to ask about that.
What possessed the principal to put the cat in the bag?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I do believe it was. We could revisit him if we do those Kubrick movies, Chris. Have you ever seen those movies other than Full Metal Jacket? Is that the only one you've seen?
I've seen that. And
Shining?
I've never gotten all the way through The Shining.
Really? Okay. 2001 Space Odyssey?
Never seen it.
Wow. Clockwork Orange?
Never the whole way through.
Wow.
Just in the background when you would watch it 100 times with Ryan.
Put it on repeat and that menu would play all night. What about, I know you haven't seen Barry Lyndon, but I'll ask.
Never even heard of that.
Never even heard of it. I got the 4K, dude, from Criterion Collection. And then Full Metal Jacket, or Shining was next. Didn't see that. Full Metal Jacket.
The Shining.
The Shining. And then he waited 12 years till Eyes Wide Shut. Have you seen that?
No.
Wow. Well, that'd be an interesting series, Chris. I'd be very curious to hear your thoughts. Wow. My mind's blown. I thought you'd seen more than that.
I'm going to read your thoughts.
You're going to be like, yeah, Nick, I don't like these movies. I'm not doing the show with you. I'm like, will you at least call in? John never called in. I told him to call into the show.
The movies we don't like, they're usually like much shorter episodes than the ones we like.
Yeah, that's true. Haley's sending me Uncle Rico Instagram links. I'm going to just tell her we're recording a show right now. I'll look later.
I drive a Dodge Stratus.
I don't like, even though my kids are adults, I don't like to act like I'm blowing them off. I don't know. Maybe I got to cut the cord. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that was the other thing. All three of my kids are married. And Chris's oldest is married. It's like, yeah, that was the other thing that happened. That happened recently, though. That was just like in the last 2 years. Everyone got married. So me and my wife are empty nesters, which is kind of weird. And I think Chris has probably heard all my stories, but I'm like, people are like, so what are you guys going to do? And we're like, well, we both still work full time. So everyone acts like we're going to be like traveling, doing all this stuff.
I'm going to Tahiti.
I'm like, yeah, pretty much the same thing. We're going to go up to Ludington. We're going to go to DC for our 25th anniversary this April. So, but like, We probably had done that even if we weren't empty nesters. It was, yeah, that question we're kind of getting sick of. I'm like, everything's fine, but we still both work and we are not like super available to do a million things. Adjust my mic. I feel like mine's just moving as I speak. Yeah.
I remember an episode where mine was moving.
There was one episode when you're like, like the whole time. I probably texted him during the week while I'm editing. Don't ever touch your microphone stand again. Chris was like, what happened? Dude, it took me an hour. So, let's see. I'm trying to think of anything else I've been doing. I just watched, speaking of shows, but again, it's an old show. Like Katie and I just watched, she watched Sons of Anarchy for the first time, and I watched the series for the third time. Still holds up. And I still think that Dexter, Breaking Bad, I'm not counting. Cobra Kai is kind of its own thing, but I still would say those are my 4 favorite. What do they call those kind of shows? Like just drama, series drama? I don't know, like where it's not a sitcom. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I guess it's a show, I guess. But wasn't there a name for it when like Sopranos came out? Like long form? I don't know. It's like more cinematic than a sitcom. I don't know. I'm going cross-eyed.
Doesn't sound familiar.
I'll look that up some other time. So, do you want to talk about how we were going to go about our new series, Chris? I could talk about it, but do you want me to talk about it? This stuff could change, but we were thinking, I guess I was thinking, and Chris was like, fine, no. A lot of times when I listen to shows or I listen to reviews, and I kind of wanted this from the beginning, but I just couldn't think of anything. And if you go way back, we would rate our episodes. Like Chris, rate Back to the Future 2, and then about halfway through Jason, I just gave up because I was trying to just at least put those in order. But before we forget, do you want to announce the next series? Just to say it now, so I can explain that 1 through 7 rating thing.
1 through 7, you just gave it away now.
There's a lot of movies, but it's a series of 7 movies. So we were thinking of doing the Scream series, and when the new one comes out next week, so we'll be like, not really releasing the new movie the weekend it comes out or anything. But I think Chris was saying on the first show, we'll rate off all the movie, or do it now before we watch even the first one, or just do it on the first episode.
No, just like we watch the first one, then you just rate
the whole thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, where do you think that is out of 7?
Okay. And then
Which
compare
it makes more sense if you've never seen them.
Yeah. But with Kubrick, that would work for you. You're like, oh.
But like, I've seen all of the Screams except for the new one.
Yeah.
But not like super regularly. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the first one would stay 1. But
I just got the 4Ks. That's the other thing I upgraded to since we last recorded was 4K, and that's an awesome format. That's the format that I wanted Blu-ray to be. The way the quality and the clarity of the picture, especially filmed movies shot on film, just look amazing in my opinion on them. But I just got the first 3 Screams on 4K last year, probably about a year ago actually, in the winter of 2025. And so I watched all 3 of them then, and then the new ones. But I hadn't seen those in quite a while. So like, yeah, they're not like the Jason movies or Halloween where I just know them all. But yeah, we were going to do that series next. So that's our goal.
Rambo would be a good series.
Rambo, that'd be a good one. Did you ever see Last Blood?
Yeah.
I did too.
It's been a while.
I think that came out in 28. That was 19, actually. That was right before. Joker, those movies. You didn't see the second one, but there's other movies that came out. A lot of movies have come out. But before we go there, what we were going to do at the end of our show, each show, is go, all right, Chris, like, do you want to do the middle one or just the 2?
We could try both.
Right.
I just, to me, red light, green light, and the yellow, people already know what that means.
All right.
You don't need like a big description.
So I have a term I'm going to ask Chris and myself at the end. A rating system.
Or we can ask the fan.
Yeah, and we can ask you guys too.
If all four of you decide we need a fifth fan, so we have a tiebreaker.
Right. So it's even. We'll have to go to our mom. Mom, what do you think? Oh, I don't listen anymore. Oh. So I'm going to get at the end. So we get to the end of Scream. Or actually, let's do an example now. So let's just say we just covered Back to the Future. I'll be like, all right, Chris, let's wrap this up. Back to the Future, play or pass? And then Chris would give his final thoughts. And then say if he plays the movie, which means basically, yes, great movie, excellent, recommend the movie. Everyone should see it. And then pass is obviously, nope, don't want to, like, okay, we get to the end of H2O. Chris, play or pass? And then Chris is like, so. And then we have a middle ground one. I think we were, at the moment, it's pause, play, pause, pass. I tried to stick with the P's. If those change, they might change. We'll see. We don't like to ground ourselves in things that we might not like in the future. But I would assume, I kind of wanted Chris to give his ratings, and I'll give mine too. Would you, for the Back to the Future trilogy, I would imagine you would say play for all three of those movies.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the first one's the best, but, and I don't know, I'm not a recommender. I'll just tell you what I think.
Yeah.
Because I don't necessarily like when people recommend a movie to me
Yeah.
either. And if you listen enough, obviously you kind of know my taste. So if I like something, if you've been listening long enough, then you kind of get a flavor for it. All right, Chris liked that. I like that. He didn't like that. I don't like that. So
it goes like, again, within a series and within a genre. Like we even said back in the day, like the Friday the 13th franchise, that's not like as good as other like scripts and everything. There's just certain film series that we just covered this because we like those kinds of movies. So if we say pass for Jason Takes Manhattan, and then we're not saying it's equivalent to like The Godfather or these movies that people say are the best movies of all time. Like if we give them both a pass, it's just the binary system. It's a popular thing to do. It's been a popular thing to do. I could just never think of a clever way to say it without ripping people off, I guess. So, because everyone kind of has their own way to say it. So,
red light, green light.
So you want to do red light, green light for real?
It just, you can even just, like I said, all right, it's time to play red light, green light. I mean, we all play that as kids. Everyone knows what it means.
All right. So it's going to be play or pass or red light, green light. And then if it's really controversial or it's so bad it's good, you could say what? Yellow light.
I don't know. I mean, if it's so bad it's good, that means to me, I like it. So.
Yeah, same here, actually.
Like Karate Kid 3 to me is so bad it's good. I like it. But I would never expect anyone else to like it.
I think the movie's great. I think Cobra Kai's proved it. No. Oh, Terry Silver coming back. That was some of the greatest times of my life in entertainment.
I mean, even like the Jason movies, I like them, but there's no way I could recommend them to someone I know that doesn't like those.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like
that's why to me it's just I like it. It's up to you if you like it or not.
That's what we want to give people, what we like, regardless. So it's okay to be like, Jason 1 through 8. What do you say on those?
Oh man, you guys see part 8? Man, they're on a ship and then
there you go.
then they go.
It's genius. I love part 8.
I mean, if you've heard it, it's one of my favorites.
I
But
pass all 8 of the Paramount movies, or Green Light. Sorry, I'll get it, dude. I promise.
red light, green
So what about Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X, Freddy vs. Jason, and Jason the remake?
I'd say red light for 9 and 10, and I'd say I don't know. I'd say green for 9 or 10, whatever. 12. I'm all messed up. The remake is 12.
Green Light.
Yeah.
Okay, and what about Freddy vs. Jason?
Green light.
Okay, that's about what I would say too. I still kind of stand by my Final Friday that I can tolerate that movie more than Chris, I think, but I think it's just because of like the nostalgia tied to that.
I mean, yeah, like,
But I don't think I would play it. I would
we
pass.
watched it all the time
Yeah.
when it came on VHS, and part of the allure was they started doing like the uncut versions on VHS, and that was
Yep.
before DVD came out.
That was one of the movies they knew ahead of time.
That was
too.
like that's probably, to my knowledge, I think that's the first one they did that on.
Like where they knew, like we're
Like
shooting
director's
this.
cut, uncut.
Yeah.
It came out on VHS.
Like right away too. I think you could rent the R-rated, but then like the director's cut was the purchase one. Like it was pretty quick.
and it was the first one we saw in the theater, so there's that. But just as in a movie to the canon and the story, it was just an abomination.
Yeah, it was. Did you see there's a documentary coming out called The Heart of Darkness or something about just that?
I plead the fifth.
I'll buy it. I'll watch it for you. All right. I will go through and do the Superman movies because, and Chris, you can let us know. Obviously, I would play, sorry, this green light thing. It's throwing me for a loop. It's fine. Superman the movie, still one of my favorite movies ever. Superman 2, green light. Superman 3, green light. See, this is where it's going to get dicey. Superman 4 for Nick, for me, green light. Superman Returns, green light. Donner Cut, green light. And Man of Steel, that movie comes with baggage now because of where it goes with who they cast as Batman in the next movie. So if we
See, the problem is it's been so long, but I assume people like know what we think. So, but we can't assume that after nearly a decade.
Yeah.
of
Basically,
radio silence.
Ben Affleck being cast as Batman basically ruined my Batman fandom. I was not a fan. I saw all three. All right, here's what I'll do. Man of Steel as a standalone movie, green light. But if we ever were to cover Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Justice League, and Zack Snyder's Justice League as a whole story, that might be a different outcome. Chris, I imagine you don't pass or green light Superman 4.
Yeah, I mean one through three are green.
All right.
Superman 4, it's just an abomination. It's
bad.
funny if
It's
I didn't see
bad,
it as a kid,
but yeah.
but I mean, it's one of those like where I'm just like, you have millions of dollars, all these people that are supposed to be like know what they're doing, and just to put out a product like that is just unacceptable.
That's brutal. That's brutal. I still like it better than Batman v Superman, but that's
And like Superman Returns, I haven't seen that since the theater. To me,
Didn't you watch it for our review?
To me, that's a yellow light.
Interesting.
I can go without. I didn't hate it, but I could, if it didn't exist, I would not be affected at all.
Interesting.
Same with Man of Steel.
Interesting. You haven't seen Man of Steel since the theater?
I've seen it, but it's just like
Useless
I'm
because
like-
of where it goes.
I'm like, yeah, this could be so much more. But it's just,
There was a lot in hindsight.
I didn't like the intro on Krypton.
Me neither. In hindsight, I don't know if our review right off the bat was.
I liked how they dealt with this, but to me, I don't know if you can say copied, but they basically did like the X-Men,
Yeah.
like the way he was a kid and dealing with it,
Yeah.
which makes sense. Like if you're gonna do it, that's the way to do it. But
What about Donner Cut or regular Superman 2? You still go with Superman 2?
yeah, I mean,
like
I
both?
mean, I got 30 plus years on that.
Yeah.
I could easily go without the Donner Cut.
Yeah. All right. And then we could go on forever about.
I mean, that's one of those things too. You just grow up on it. I mean, we still quote one-liners from Superman 2, like on a
Yep.
regular basis.
Yep. Every day. Every time we hang out, at least. Not every day. But sometimes every day, honestly. I guess I'll do Halloween because that's at the time, it was my favorite Halloween horror movie franchise. So
Are you saying Jason is now?
possibly.
All this knowledge.
If I do with watchability, see, this is where it gets crazy because green light, Halloween original, green light, Halloween 2, Halloween 3, legitimate green light. Like, I probably watched that movie the most out of all the Halloweens. It's insane. And the Thorn trilogy, which everybody hates, but I love Halloween 4, 5, and 6. I watch those a lot. It's just, there's some of my, it's because of the, like I talked about on that show, on that series, there's a vibe of Halloween that, like the original Halloween, it doesn't give me a vibe that it's actually Halloween. Halloween 2 gives me a vibe that it's actually Halloween. And then like the newer Halloweens, we'll talk about it, but like the 2018 one definitely has a good Halloween. Like it feels like it's Halloween. It might sound weird to people, but I just go on like, does it give me a Halloween vibe? H2O, red light, revelation, resurrection, red light, 07, zombie, green light, zombie 2, green light. And I talked about my movie I made. That's useless. It doesn't matter. And then obviously we'll cover the new Halloween movies at some point. But Chris, what do you think? Halloween 1 and 2?
Green.
Green. I should have got a pen instead of a
I mean,
highlighter.
even 3, I can say green to 3.
Yeah.
It'd be like a green yellow. I could live without it, but it is what it is.
It's got a good Halloween vibe for me. That's one of the major. What about 4, 5, and 6?
4 definitely green. 5's weird. I mean, it was one of my favorite, very funny podcasts we did.
That was a funny one.
But
Trick.
like, all right, so I don't even know if we use our phrase. Like nowadays, people use cringe for something where it just feels cringy when people are doing things. But Tina in part 5, we just call it generic feel.
Yeah. That's, yeah.
It's like she's just like high the whole time.
Just on like 11.
It's like just like what is going on?
I think my favorite quote or line you said, you probably know what I'm going to say too, in the Halloween series, is when you were like, man, this week I was thinking, this movie goes by fast, but then you were like, maybe I fell asleep. It was funny. You said something along those lines where you were like, it goes by fast. And then when we were talking about the movie.
We were watching it while we were
and you're like, it's not going by fast.
But, yeah, I mean, gun to my head, I guess the green light.
That was for 5?
Yeah. 6, a green. H2O, red.
Yeah.
Resurrection, red times 5.
Yep. That's the worst still. I think everybody thinks 8's the worst. Maybe not everybody. A lot of people.
Both zombies, green.
Yeah. What about Halloween 3? Have you watched that since our
I said
series?
green on that one.
Have you watched it since our series in 2013?
I mean, with us, like at the cons
and stuff? That's cool. That's good.
I think at least once by myself.
I like it. I love that movie. Stupid movie. I love it. I finally, at my office door, my new house, I got that Trick or Treat Studios final processing sign on the outside of my door. I was afraid to be like, honey, can I put this on the outside of this door? How genius should that be that my office has the final processing from Halloween 3? And she was all like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay. I've been wanting to ask you for a couple of years. It was funny. It's like, idiot. I think, okay. Rocky, why don't you go first? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I mean, all green for those.
Even 5.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Same here. I was curious what you... It is what it is.
I mean, if it's on, I can watch it, but it's not one I go out of my way to watch.
I only watch that if I'm watching all the Rocky movies. Like, I never pop it in just to watch it.
Of the series, that's the Resurrection or Jason 9. It's like, I just hate the fact that it comes after 4. Like, it just
it's like his greatest.
Totally defeats the whole purpose of 4 or 3, just because he was going through some stuff in his life.
Yeah, still some of my favorite movies. One of these days,
which it kind of, I don't know, it just makes Rocky Balboa weird and the Creed movies, but I like the Creed movies too. But it's like he should just be Rocky from Rocky 4.
Well, even so, like, I get what Sly, even Sly, we talked about it. He was like, I shouldn't have done what I did with 5. He's like, there was a way, and I think it's like what I've always said, and probably Chris too, like, there was a way to tell that story without, like, doing it the way he did it. Like, and because I'm like, dude, you could have got endorsement deals. Like, you still be rich. Like, you could have got, like, an Adidas sponsorship or what is it, the gloves, Everlast gloves. Like, he could have got.
And you can still do Creeds with him being wealthy. He doesn't have to be, like, down and out.
Did you see Creed 3?
No.
Me neither. Sly didn't vouch for that one, so that's why I boycotted it. But Haley and Aiden saw it.
And 2
my daughter
was
and her
mediocre
husband.
for me, and I'm like, that could have been so awesome.
It was good. It was a pretty shocker. It was pretty emotional for me to just see Drago and Rocky. That was an experience. But we'll talk about that. We'll probably cover Creed 1 and 2.
I mean, yeah, I remember before 2 came out, it was like the day before, the night of.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's probably my Art by Slator Instagram. I was like, gonna go see Creed 2. Looking forward to 10 years of motivation for workouts.
Yeah.
It just like wasn't.
And it was like, yeah, that desert workout didn't do it for me.
I was like,
But Sly still, he's got something on me. But yeah, Rocky is still a very solid series. I did tell, because we already covered 5. My daughters never really watched 5 that much. Emily did, my oldest. But just last year when I was watching, I got all those 4Ks like twice of Rocky. And so I was watching the new box set. And my middle daughter, Caitlin, finally watched Rocky 5 beginning to end. And then when it just like ends, she's like, that's it? She's like, this is the worst movie. She was so like, I was like, I told you, you got to just go with it. It's like, it's such a frustrating movie to watch as like a legitimate Rocky fan. Like, I want to love that movie.
but then I like the yellow light, because to me, I could easily live without Rocky 5, without Rocky Balboa and the Creed movies.
It's true. The first four,
I
are
mean,
just,
like
all
four-
4 of those are perfect movies, in my opinion.
My wife and I were talking about like movies that you've just watched a million times and you could just easily watch forever. Mm-hmm. And like Back to the Future, Rocky 4 were like my first few answers.
Yeah.
It's like just, and then Rocky 5 comes out. It's like,
Mm-hmm. And Rocky 4, man, Rocky 3 and 4, I like all of those. For those first, I mean, I like all of them, but
3 and 4 are the best.
yeah.
1 and 2 are good, but 3 and 4 are just, they go by so fast. Just
they're so dense. And there was that director's cut, actually, people, that we maybe we could talk about that sometime. You know, maybe not. But I guess this would be a time to talk about it. That I liked that a lot, and I still feel that there's a perfect cut of that movie, blending both versions. Like he took stuff out that I didn't want taken out, and which I wasn't like angry or anything. I'm like, it's fine. They still release both. It's not like Megadeth remasters where it's like this is the only thing you have now is the new one. So I appreciate the fact that they put the original cut and the director's cut. What do they call it? Rocky versus Drago.
yeah, because like Star Wars, I wish we still had the original.
Yeah, like official releases.
Like I want to watch Return of the Jedi. Like yup, nope.
Mm-hmm.
Yup,
It's funny. My kids are like, Dad, that's the dumbest song I've ever heard. It's the generation they're from. It's funny. Chris's favorite movies listed on the website in no particular order are Terminator 2, Back to the Future, Star Wars 4, 5, and 6, Friday the 13th, 1 through 8. Genius. Rocky 4, Rocky 3, True Lies, Predator, Passion of the Christ, Braveheart, Temple of Doom, and Raiders, Dark Knight Rises, The Patriot, 2000, The Naked Gun, and Airplane.
Jeez. No Pollyanna or Mary Poppins?
Mine's changed a little bit. And again, Raiders of the Lost Ark is probably my favorite. Like, okay, that's the other thing I do. I base a lot of things based on rewatchings. And honestly, for 10 years, I watched the Dark Knight trilogy, but the Dark Knight more than Raiders. But in the last 10 years, like, I watch Raiders way more. So I guess Raiders is probably still my favorite movie ever made, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Really?
But yeah, I could just literally watch that movie and just constantly. And but the Dark Knight in 2008 did give that. I was like, this might be the best movie ever made, you know? And a lot of people thought that was like one of the best movies. But
Temple of Doom is one. Temple of Doom is like the Rocky 4 of Indiana Jones. It's just so quick.
Yeah. Temple of Doom moves, yeah. And it's a little longer than Raiders, but it just...
Crusades definitely great. Like, that's what made me think of Red Light, Green Light.
Don't rate those yet. Don't rate those yet.
all the Indiana Jones movies, like 1 through 3, definitely greens.
Obviously, perfect movie.
4 and 5, yellow. Could
Yeah.
totally live without them.
Don't rate those yet. Keep people in suspense. I put True Lies on my list too. Halloween 78, Superman, Lethal Weapon. See, that's the thing. Is I like all the Lethal Weapons, but like if someone held a gun to my head, I'd be like, oh, the Lethal Weapon, but whatever. So
Yeah, those are. I mean, 4 is definitely my least favorite, but they're all pretty freaking solid movies.
in my
Like
list,
they're all
changed
for
a
all for
lot.
different reasons. Like
Yep.
I love the grittiness and just the edge of the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Second one's like still pretty edgy, and
Yep.
just like there's always it just feels like there's a lot at stake.
Yep.
And then 3, I like they're just
Yeah.
all awesome.
There's a movie that came out after our last show that I would say, like, if I had to pick 5 movies to take to Desert Island, I would probably add that. Chris probably knows what it is right now, but don't say it. But yeah, so that's something to look forward to. Something has come out. Movies I'm always more down with. And like I said, I just not dogged TV shows, but I'm more apt to, I'll go on any movie journey because I'm like, I'll give you 2 hours, but I'm like, I'm not giving you like, 20 hours of my life to watch a season. If you don't catch me on the first episode, I'm gone. But so yeah, and Randy had gone Golden Pond on on the website.
I'd even put up I always forget about Lord of the Rings, the first 3. I've still never seen The Hobbit and all those.
Yeah, I know I own them, but I gotta watch them. But yeah, that's it's hard making that. But like I said, I would like
Rambo,
different genres.
I always forget about Rambo too. That's one of my favorite series. Like, and I mean, people think sometimes Stallone may not be a great actor. I think he's underrated sometimes.
I do too. I remember
Like,
watching
the
Rocky.
subtleties of like
Yeah.
some of the stuff in Rambo, and
I remember we rented, because we used to rent Rocky 5 a lot, because we would like, we got to watch it. It's Rocky. And we rented Rocky 5 and then Rambo 3 at Hollywood Video. It may have been Video Watch at the time across the street. And I remember I was like 13 or something, 14 maybe. I know we were at the house in Carlton, and I was like, he is so different in both of these movies. I was like, he's a good actor, because like my whole life, even back then, it wasn't that long of a life, but I just hear people ragging on Sly like he's the worst actor, and I'm like, I don't think he's the worst actor. He's good. He moves me all the time. He always brings the grown man to tears. I'm not like bawling, but his storytelling is just like really powerful to me.
That totally reminds me of something, and I'm trying to remember the movie now.
About me crying?
No, me.
Oh, you?
Not like crying, but like
Teared up?
welling up.
Yeah.
I remember. Okay, I remember it now. I was like, there was a movie that I was welling up on, and you were like, "What is it?" I was like, "I'll only tell you if we do it on a podcast."
Oh, I forgot. What is it? Give me a hint. Let's see if I can guess. This is something I've seen.
I'm sure you've seen it,
Okay.
but you'll never guess it.
What decade did it come out?
2010s. Actually, I have to check. Could be 2000 to 2009, but I'm pretty sure it's 2010s. I'm trying to remember the what I said. Like I'll bring it up on a podcast, not necessarily that we have to like review it.
Yeah. I'm curious. I remember this conversation now, but I forgot about it until you brought it up. I'm glad you remembered.
And it's not a movie someone would think about it, which made it funny.
Well, do you remember the first movie that made me tear up when I was like 11?
Not offense.
Backdraft. Because the two brothers, which was probably because you and I were close, spoiler alert for Backdraft, one of the brothers dies at the end.
There's no
And it's
spoilers for 35
Yeah, I'm just saying, But I remember and then obviously we rented Backdraft and Terminator 2. And then when Arnold goes in the lava, it's lava, right? I don't know.
Molten steel.
Molten steel. When he goes into that, I'm like, I wasn't bawling, but I was like tearing up for a stinking cyborg. I was like, man, I'm like, now as
That's
an
because
adult.
Arnold was genius in that.
Yeah, he was so good in that movie, and I was like, wow, I used to wonder why people. I was like, Arnold, what's wrong with your eyes?
What's wrong with your eyes?
All right. Any more hints, or should you just tell me?
Trying to find it. Oh wow, it is 2000 to 2009. You'll never guess it. If I gave you the
What year?
If I gave you the star, that would even probably confuse you more.
Give me the star.
Adam Sandler.
Oh, Click.
Ah, you just ruined it.
I did the same thing in that movie back when I was like 26 or 27 when I watched it. I was like, oof. Yeah, dude, no shame there. That's That's brutal for that movie. It's the end, right? When it's like pouring rain and he's
His dad's
dying.
dying.
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible.
Someone was dying.
I remember my boss Kelly at Rock. He was like always talking about that. He's like, man, I'm laughing and then I'm bawling. All these grown men. We were like, yeah, dude, I was crying too. Yeah, that's funny. No, that's all right. Sorry if I ruined it, but no. That's good. Yeah, that's a good one, man. I'll get like weird choked up now. Like, I don't know why. Well, we haven't covered that, so maybe I won't say that. It'll just hit me out of nowhere. Rocky is usually predictable, and I'm always just like expecting it, and then it still happens. Normally, if I'm expecting something, I'm like, it won't happen. But so that's why I brought that up. That Sly makes me emotional because, like, even though I know what's coming, I'm like, dang it got me again, you know. And then there's like the family sitting around. Actually, at the end of Cobra Kai, when I guess spoiler, when Johnny was walking out to Thunderstruck, when it all came, I was hoping it would all come back to Johnny and Miguel. Because I liked the cast, but I was like, they did everything that I was like, that's perfect. And I was just like happy for Johnny. I wasn't like bawling, but I was like, it's just great. It was like, sometimes I do that because of like.
I need to watch the last season again because I remember just not liking the last season very much.
Yeah, binge it. Do you have Netflix? Yeah. Yeah, you can watch it there then. But I told Katie, I was like, let's watch that box set when I get it. But it was good, but I was really emotionally invested in that whole series. So
I mean, it was awesome up to that. It just seemed like it was
a little
contrived.
Yeah, it was a little. I think they could have done another 10 episodes, or maybe just 12 or something. Or
maybe just ended it with the season before a little bit.
Yeah, watch it again and let me know what you think. I could do a series on Cobra Kai if you ever did Karate Kid. I don't know how you do it. I guess just one season per episode.
I guess we got to change it to a podcast and a movie and a TV series.
Only Cobra Kai. The movie represents media.
I wouldn't mind doing like Dexter.
Yeah. Like what would you do? Like a season for episode?
Something like that.
It'd be
that's pretty long.
Pretty long, but
I guess you'd probably have to do episode by episode.
Whew. Let's not get crazy, people. All right, let's move on. Arnold series. A lot of tears shed in this series too. No, I'll let Chris do. Commando, Predator, Running Man.
I can say all the Arnolds were green.
Yeah. Same here. I would say like my least favorite of that was Eraser, but I remember that movie is still better than I always remember it. Like every time I watch Eraser, it's not a bad movie. It's always better. And I'm always like thinking it wasn't as good. But I'm like, this movie's actually pretty awesome. And I think I even said that on the podcast. I'm like, this movie's pretty good.
A few of his movies, like the movies that came out around that were so awesome, it makes those seem less good.
Yeah, like True Lies.
Because they're compared to Terminator 2 and True Lies. It's like most movies fail in comparison.
Most aren't as good as that at all. Yeah. That's another thing that's been huge since we recorded is True Lies finally came out on Blu-ray, high def. The Abyss, all of Cameron's movies. So that was exciting, being able to watch True Lies whenever you want it. Whenever it was like popping up on Prime, I'd be like texting Chris, dude, True Lies is on Prime. He's like, right now? I'm like, yeah. It's like, and it says it's leaving soon or something. I'm like, but that's a movie. It's still one of my, it's hard, man, but Terminator 2 and True Lies are just like two of my favorite action movies. They're just so good. I mean, they're longer than like those shorter Rocky movies, but I still feel like they pack so much more than like movies that are like 2.5 hours or 2 hours, 20 minutes nowadays feel drug out. And I feel like the way Cameron writes, at least back in the day, his movies that were like 2 hours and 20 minutes, they don't feel stretched out. They feel just like they fly.
It's just because it's written well.
Yeah. So maybe they
we've talked about the zombie movies. Like he just does not know how to end a movie.
He doesn't. He's like Stephen King with the book.
I always think too, though, like if I was a kid, I might like it because I used to love when, in the Jason movies, it just keeps going. But
the big end scene too would be always exciting, more exciting. Now I'm more into like the build up stuff and just slower. Like that's the thing I've gotten into more, which is because of like the Ari Aster movies was just like folk horror and just like more slow burn horror. Because I rewatched some movies that I wasn't crazy about and I'm like, I'm actually liking this more now than I used to. So I don't know why. I know when I was younger, I just wanted more of like the slasher type movie, but I can definitely dig just slow burn movies now.
You dig.
Horror and non-horror, just slow burn. I'm assuming the 6 Star Wars movies are green light. Well,
Yeah, 1 through 6 definitely.
yeah.
Well, wait, hold on.
Yeah, no, we're moving on.
4 through 6 definitely.
4 through 6. What about the prequels?
I could live without all the prequels.
Really? Even Sith?
Yeah, but I mean,
They don't.
I could give it a grade,
Yeah.
but if they didn't exist, I would
You'd
be
be
fine.
fine. And Force Awakens.
I may almost prefer
Right. It'd be easier that way.
Force Awakens, red light.
Red light.
I was hoping it would be a green light when The Last Jedi came out, but it just made everything worse, and I just
That
am
was a
quite
bad-
jaded to
That was
the
a
Star
dark.
Wars universe.
Yeah, honestly, I've never seen anything, and everyone's like, "Watch The Mandalorian." I'm like, "No." I'm done. I don't care.
I've tried that a couple of times,
Like,
and
I
I
don't
always
care.
do it in the background, and there's like very little dialogue in the first few episodes,
Yeah.
so I'm just like, I never have gotten caught along, and like, oh, and it might be great, but
Yeah.
I guess I don't care.
Yeah, I don't. I'm over it. I'm over it. I can imagine Iron Man 1, 2, 3 are green lights. You like those movies, don't you?
I like 2 could probably be a yellow light, but
Okay.
it's been a long time since I've seen that. But I remember
I'd say green on all
I
three.
remember
of those.
since I didn't care for 2 so much, I remember thinking 3 was gonna be like but I remember being surprised how much I like 3.
Yeah, Shane Black.
It wasn't the same boy in that was in Jurassic World.
I never saw those new Jurassic Parks.
Really?
Yeah. I know the boys in the end of Endgame. He's standing there. He had a major growth spurt from the Iron Man 3 to Endgame.
Now I gotta look at Iron Man 3 because I remember when I watched Jurassic World, that was 2015. The younger brother in that reminded me. I was like, that's. It seems like how my son would be when he's older, but now he's older than that kid.
Right? Let me see the. Are you looking up Iron Man 3 or Jurassic World?
Iron Man 3.
Okay. I like how he calls himself the mechanic in that movie. Is it
I got the
the
bars.
Ty Simpkins?
The boy with the curly hair.
I don't know what this kid looks like anymore now. Oh, yeah. Gray in Jurassic World. You on my
I'll
Wi-Fi?
take your word for it. I mean, it's been working up until now.
Okay.
But I put Iron Man 3 in search and just
Yeah.
nothing comes up new.
You gotta create an account, bro. I'm just kidding. He's only 2 years older than in Jurassic World, actually. I like that kid in that movie. A lot of people didn't like the kid, but I didn't have a problem with him. In Iron Man 3, obviously. And the X-Men movie, I assume you greenlight all those because those were your...
Yes.
Yeah, those are good.
The only one I wasn't crazy about was the
Last Stand?
Phoenix.
Oh, Phoenix, yeah. I didn't see that because everyone told me it sucked, and I was like, I didn't want to... I like those new X-Men so much. I didn't want to... They have it soured because I was like after Star Wars, all these things and Batman and Batfleck, and I was just sick of like my franchises being ruined. So I was like, I'm not watching it, but I probably should watch it sometime. I think I bought it actually on Blu-ray, but I,
have
just
it
gotta.
on 4K somehow.
You're like, how do I end
And
up this 4K?
I remember just streaming it on like Disney Plus or something.
Genius. That's the other racket these days is all these streaming services, but I'm not dependent on it, but I like the digital convenience of stuff at times. But yeah, I'm usually popping in discs and building my physical media library. But yeah, all right. So Chris wants red light, green light. I say play, pause, pass. What do you say, you? I'm fine either way. I just wanted like a overall binary system to be like the old school Siskel, Ebert, thumbs up, thumbs down, and whatever.
Yeah,
It's just
to
fun.
To me, it's too hard to do that.
I know, but just try. Just humor us when we
I like yellow lights.
every like movie's gonna be yellow light. Chris is like, I don't know.
They
It's up
did
to
one
you.
thumb too. Like if you're gonna do 2 thumbs up, that's one of their thumbs each.
Yeah, I guess
so,
they did do.
So they had like binary is one or the other. If they had no thumbs up, 1 thumb up or 2, that's 3.
Yeah, but 2 thumbs up meant both of them.
Yeah, but then
And
if
then-
only one of them, that's 1 thumb. No thumbs, that's still 3 chance. That's not binary.
Yeah, because one guy says up or down, and the other guy says up or down. So it's just binary per person. Like I say yes or no, you say yes or no.
Yeah, but a movie would be the totality of the two. Like a movie was like two thumbs up. That's like them together. You follow my logic?
I am, but I don't know if I agree. Don't know if I agree with it. It's
You didn't interview them individually. They were a team. So it was two thumbs up, one thumb up, or no thumbs.
right, but like I'm saying, like, hey, you need to watch Superman 4. It's so generic, it's awesome. And you're saying don't watch Superman 4. That's just the show isn't saying anything. It's just what we say individually. That's how I was looking at it. Like, we're not rating it as like a unit. We're rating it individually. And then people can just go, Chris liked that one.
Like
Nick
thumbs
didn't.
up, thumbs up, thumbs down. Super simple. But I think red light, green light, and yellow. I mean, you call it red light, green light, but there's yellow too. It's just something everyone is aware of.
Gotcha. All right. Look, I was trying to be clever. I was trying to be hip. I got logos made. I can make a green light, a red light logo. Listen, I got to draw.
That's a cool pick.
Yeah. I got to make a traffic picture on Illustrator. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So that's all the movies we've covered. And then next we're going to do Scream.
That was quick.
Are we going to try? Well, I'm sure we could go on for a long time. I mean, it's been an hour and 20 minutes. It's a decent length show for just hanging out. I'll tell you, I did, man, what was I going to say?
We jumped really quick to the Arnold movie because it was just green lights.
I know. True Lies is still one, like I already said, one of my favorites. Predator's great. Commando's great. Twins is
Predator's in my top movies too.
It is on the website. I thought you said it wasn't. I'm like, we need to.
I don't remember if it was on there right now.
I'm going to be updating the website, but
Just genius. That's kind of like, I mean, it's like First Blood. They're kind of like set up like horror movies.
I think I said that on the podcast. I remember watching the end with Katie of Predator, and she was like scared, like we were watching a slasher movie. You know, like, I guess this is a horror movie. Like, he's basically coming after, especially at the end with Arnold when it's like dark out and stuff. Like, it's kind of, it's not scary to me. Like we always joke.
Yeah, like,
I want to be scared, but I'm never scared of anything.
It's like, yeah, I mean, even as a kid, it's like, no, it's nothing to be scared about. It's just a showdown.
Yeah. Yep. That's funny. It is a horror movie. The first Terminator is still really good. I still really dig that movie. But I will watch Terminator 2 just by itself. Like, some movies and series, I'm like, I'll watch everything or whatever. But like T2, it's so good. And
that's what's weird too. Like to me, like so T2, Dark Knight Rises, just any long movie like Braveheart.
yeah.
Like they're awesome, but you don't watch them as much as or as easily as you can watch Rocky IV,
Yeah.
Back to the Future, because they're not as long.
It's just
And
more of an investment.
Just because they're not as quick doesn't mean they're not good. It's just a different vibe. Like when I watch those movies, I have to watch them like full blast on my stereo and
Yep.
Dolby Atmos. But I can watch Back to the Future or Rocky IV just casually and like.
Did you get Braveheart on 4K? Oh man, it looks amazing. I guess more about that whole format, like the one website, Blu-ray.com. This guy does pretty good reviews of stuff, and he'll like just give you, because everybody says they rescan film, and he'll be like, they didn't rescan this film. Like he's getting somehow, but usually I'll go to that dude to, I got a cough. Excuse me. I go to that dude just to see if they rescan stuff, because if they rescan stuff, the just picture quality is just, I love it. It's so good. And it's what I always wanted from Blu-ray. But a lot of times with Blu-ray, I'm like, this doesn't look that much better than my DVD of it and stuff like that. So it was a little, I still like the Blu-ray format and some of the newer releases now because they're scanning things at 4K and putting like the Jason box set that came out in 2020. I think we all got that. Those were scanned at, I think, 4K. But then they put them on Blu-ray and high def. Those look better than the other releases, but they're still like that 4K format on the disc is just top notch. And you mentioned Mary Poppins. I'm like, I really wish Disney would put some of their old classics on 4K disc. Like I heard they sold their physical media rights to like Columbia or Sony or something like that. So I'm like, maybe they'll do some of those old classic Disney movies, the live movies. I like their animated movies too, the old ones, but
I mean,
I wouldn't need them on 4K per se, but I would like Mary Poppins is a really good movie.
Mary Poppins, the original Parent Trap, and
Yeah.
Pollyanna,
Parent Trap's awesome.
Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
I just watched that and Swiss Family Robinson pretty recently.
That's a regular watch.
That's a good movie. I like that one. That is what was I always tell people no one ever seems to know that the director's name's Anakin and Swiss Family Robinson, and I'm always like, did you know the director is spelled different? I think it's like one A or one N or something. But I was like, Lucas like named Anakin Skywalker after the director of that movie. And they're like, I did not know that. It's funny. Always makes you sound like a genius. No. Oh man. So, yeah. Anything else?
I think so. I'm sure more will come up since between now and Scream 1, but
Yeah. Might have some free time to do some more recording this weekend. We shall see. We don't make promises, but we will, in theory, our plan, so you guys can see if we stick to this.
maybe we should not release this one until we do
That's-
Scream 1.
That's what I was going to say. I'm not putting this episode out until we do Scream 1, so that way we can put it out the following week or something like that. One thing I was thinking of doing is putting one of our, just the audio of this episode on YouTube and putting a premiere time on it, and then me and Chris will log into YouTube, and then we'll live chat during this episode or something like that. Maybe. It was an idea I had, so we'll see. See if we can create any interest. If people even believe we're back. We're like, I don't believe it. So,
We're back.
we're back.
I'm here. Where's Riggs? I'm here. Where's Riggs?
Those are great. That 4K looks amazing too. Did you get that one? I think I asked you about that. Lethal Weapon?
I think I got Blu-rays.
It's good. The 4K of just the first one came out. It looks really good.
Yeah, I got the 4-pack of Blu-rays.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all streaming on something.
I
I
got that one.
actually just bought the series on iTunes as well.
Yeah. I think I have that digitally too.
It's something I'd rather watch on disc, but it's just the convenience of.
Yeah, it depends too. Like if I'm just throwing something on while I'm working and stuff, sometimes I'll just play digital. If I'm working at home and even working in my office, just on personal stuff. A lot of times, sometimes I'll throw the disc in, but other times I'll just like last year, even though I was doing stuff when I was watching the Scream movies, I was putting the discs in because I got a pretty good TV in my office now that it's worth checking out the 4K scan, I guess. And it looks like part 4, which we'll talk about, Scream 4 finally got some love and got a 4K upgrade digitally anyways. I haven't seen a physical release of that one, but that
Does
was
that even count as a digital 4K?
Yeah, it's not as good. It's like a lot of people say that go into like the science of it, that it's like it's the equivalent of like a really good HD disc, like the 4K streaming. But you can just tell they put a new version on iTunes at least, or whatever you get your digital movies, and it looks better because 4 always did not look that good on my digital copy anyways. And I hadn't watched the disc in a while. But that Scream, I think 3 or 5 movie collection, that looked bad.
I have
All the
I have a
originals.
1 through 4 Blu-ray pack, but now, yeah. So it's weird. You 1 through 3 were done by 2000. Part 4 didn't come out till 2011, and then 5 didn't come out till like 22. Then 6 was 23.
You said you've seen both new ones up to this point?
Yeah.
Scream, yeah. I just did last year. I think I was. Again, I'm always
It's
telling
just
Chris when I'm watching what he's watching.
I probably mentioned it in previous ones, but I'll save it for the series. Just
Yeah.
and the series became self-aware as well of the same thing finally.
Yeah.
Not that they didn't know before, but
Yeah, it's still a pretty solid horror series. So, I mean, whether I will red light, green light every episode, that will be decided. See, I remembered your terms, dude.
now we got to do. When are we gonna do Halloween 2018? Halloween. We gotta wait 6 months.
In theory,
8
we
months.
should do it around Halloween. I could talk about those movies, though, that's for sure. Good or bad, you shall find out. One of our fans, Justin, knows my feelings. And Chris's, I think. I can't remember. It'll be good. It'll be fun. We got a lot of good ideas. We got more free time. Yeah, we'll just space these things out. And The Crow, that was one. I just wanted to do a one-off. I didn't want to do the whole series because, honestly, seriously. Jaws was one Chris was talking about, too. We were joking, making this list, like, well, this is about 100 movies right here if we did all these series and Batman and Dark Knight, and it's just funny. I was like, oh boy. But we just want to get our ideas on paper. So we were like, we got the ideas. We'll see if we have the willpower. We should. It's fun to do. It's just I was even complaining to Chris tonight because I'm trying to set up all this gear, and my cats were like attacking microphone cables and all these things. I'm like, stop it. I was like, this is stupid. But now once you get sat down and start doing it, it's all good. So. The Predator's back. I hear him in the background.
The Predator and kitty cats.
That was a funny episode. Yeah, there was a couple things. I was trying to listen to a bunch of our old shows this week. Just as a build up. I only got to Superman. But that was, that was crazy. So long ago. It was just reliving all that.
That was our
stuff.
first build-up series with Superman.
Mm-hmm.
We led up to Man of Steel.
Man of Steel. And then they announced Ben Affleck, and then we just
And we
quit
were just
talking
like,
about it. I'm like, that's where it's like we like series of stuff, but I'm like, sometimes I'm like, it ain't worth it because I'm going to have nothing positive to say. And like my daughter and I, Haley, like she was like, I mean, all my kids like Superman, but like Haley seemed to like him the most, and like Emily seemed to like Rocky the most, and Caitlin liked horror the most. And, but like I think it was during the end of 2020, whenever they put that Zack Snyder Justice League. Did you ever watch that long cut? Oh,
I never
man.
watched the original.
Honestly, I'm like, it was so like, I'm like, what are they like? It was just too long, and there was just like nothing. It was just boring me to death. And I gosh, it's been obviously over 5 years since I saw that, but yeah, it was not. It was just, once it's like, okay, I do love these characters. I don't like this actor or that, but I'm like, it's just the movies just weren't up to the quality. I still believe Superman 1 and 2, arguably that's like one movie, are just still the definitive Superman in my opinion. So we'll see. I hadn't even seen that. I didn't even bring it up. There's a new Superman movie that came out last year. That's how disconnected I am from like new stuff. I'm just like, I wasn't ready for Superman anyways. I was
Yeah, I mean, like,
excited for Eddington.
Top Gun Maverick was awesome,
Mm-hmm.
but just haven't been that many great movies.
Yep. It's been so that's why I'm just more in those old movies, which I've always been into, but I like to give new stuff a shot, but I can't. Some stuff I just can't. So Ghostbusters. I saw both of those new movies. Katie and I enjoyed them. I'd have to look at them again, like maybe a more critical eye, but I remember first watch, I was like, if you're going to make, I mean, again, like Chris said, if they never made another Ghostbusters movie after 2, I'm like, fine. But I'm like, if you're going to do it 30 years later, I'm like, this wasn't a horrible idea. So, but those are another newer movies I saw.
That's what's crazy about the Jason series. Like they're on Scream 7, and it's been 30 years.
I think about this a lot. Yep.
Jason 7 was 1980 to 1988.
Yep.
7 movies in 8 years.
Yeah. And then like part 9, that part 8, that run, man, from 80 to 89, it was a genius time. There is that's one thing with the Friday the 13th stuff, or the ratings, MPAA cut these movies. Now that we've seen a lot of this footage that these directors were talking about that got cut on like Blu-ray discs and bonus features, I honestly think it was a good idea because some of it was just so over the top. It was different gore, and I don't think I don't know. I think they made the right decision on some of these scenes they cut for like part 7, Where I'm like, well, that just looks silly. You know, like, yeah it's
'cause
gory.
Sometimes they cut it out because the effects didn't work too.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, I'm like, I'm
But they
kind of
definitely
okay.
show a lot more. Like I was just watching Scream 6, and they just show so much more.
Yeah, now it's just, yeah. Well, even the first Scream, there was a lot.
Even on TV, like a non like Showtime HBO show, like they'll show
Yep.
so much more gore on like effects or like The Walking Dead.
Well,
watched that series.
Sons
That's a
of
good- that's a
Anarchy
good
is
series.
violent, dude. Sons of Anarchy. I was like, there's a couple things. I looked away. I was like, remember they cut the guy's fingers off in the desert or the whatever junkyard? I'm like, oh, that's awful. That's terrible.
And they burned Tig's daughter alive.
Yeah, there's a lot of gruesome violence. And that was FX, like you said. That wasn't even, what do you call it, premium. Back in the day, kids, they called that premium channels. Walking Dead, I never saw that, though. I know my kids watched it, I think. And the girls always tell Katie not to watch it. They're like, Mom, no, it's too violent. It's funny.
I mean, there's some ingenious episodes and seasons in that for sure. Like
Yeah.
top tier TV.
Interesting. I've just never been a big zombie dude, so I'm like, but I'm like,
That's
again,
always, that's always been my thing.
if you vouch for it, I believe it's worth
That's
a
always
glance.
I always tell people it's The Walking Dead, but it's an experiment on people, not the zombies. Sometimes
Gotcha.
you forget about. It's like just what happens to people is that
When that happens.
yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Another fun thing that I like to watch is, I think it was on Shudder. You ever get that service, Chris? Horror movies. This 101 scariest horror film moments of all time, stuff like that. I kind of enjoy watching.
I think I saw that a long time ago on like
Yeah, it might be on AMC.
Yeah.
Put it on. I like watching stuff like that, and then there's those In Search of Darkness documentaries where they went through all the 80s, not all, but 80s horror movies for like, I think each episode was like 6 hours. It's like 18 hours for the 80s of people just talking about movies quick and stuff like that. But that's kind of a fun thing that I like to do with just horror. So sometimes if I don't know what to watch, I'll put on something like that just kind of goes through different movies. And then I think the first one I saw like that was that Eli Roth History of Horror. That's a pretty cool. That's the same kind of thing where it's just episodes about, different types of horror, infections, psychics, and that's pretty fun to watch. But yeah, sometimes
History of Horror.
I dig watching that. I forgot I got that new Dexter thing. It was on sale. But yeah, so
New Blood, Original Sin, and then what's the new one called?
Resurrection.
Resurrection.
Yeah.
It's like Halloween.
Yeah.
Jason.
Original Sin, Ozzy. Don't you try to tell me no original sin. Ozzy passed away last year. Eddie passed away. Oh man,
It's been so long.
I'll tell you, when the world first shut down for COVID, I remember Chris and I came to this realization. I was like, this was the longest I think you and I went without seeing each other. It was only like 3 weeks, but it was like 3 full weeks. I was like, I don't think I've ever not seen you for 3 weeks, whatever it was when I met you to pick up your gym equipment or whatever. I was like, dude, I haven't seen you since like the middle of March. And I was like, this is the longest stretch we've ever gone without seeing each other. It was funny. We can laugh about it now. We're
We're all right.
Everyone was like, you guys should have done episodes then. So that's when I started buying some new gear. I got more money now too. So it's like I can buy stuff. The system we were making stuff on before, I don't know how. Thinking back, I'm like, I don't even know how we got anything recorded, honestly. So we were determination.
We had a questionable Apple, what was it called?
That was just
Mac Air, MacBook?
HP. That was just an HP
That was it?
PC. It was loud. Remember, what was it? Jason 7. I forgot about. I remember the Terminator 2 crash, but Jason 7 we had a crash too. And at one point on the show, I'm like, well, we just had a computer meltdown. We're back or something. I'm like, oh, I forgot about that for Jason 7. And then the Star Wars one with Paul was the worst because he recorded in like, it wasn't his fault. I told him the wrong. I was like, do it in 440 hertz or something. It was supposed to be like 41 hertz. It was something. where his bit rate was different than ours, and so nothing was lined up. So it took me like 4 or 5 hours to edit that episode, and I was like, oh yeah, it was brutal. So, but other than that, it's usually fine. I remember that was a nightmare, man. I was like, nowadays I could probably fix it a little easier, but I mean, I wasn't like an idiot back then, but you live and learn. You find out new things. So yeah, cool. Scream, Indiana Jones. Maybe we'll do a one-off movie. We'll see. We'll get some stuff going. We can get things back on track. And I've always kind of wanted to.
I guess we should put this out and give some time. Other than Scream, let's get some feedback. What you want to hear?
Yeah.
Our next one will probably be Indiana Jones, but
Yeah. Nightmare on Elm Street. I think I said that right. We're gonna do Nightmare on Elm. We wanted to Nightmare on Elm Street. Street. It.
they have an it show.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I bought that actually. I refused to subscribe to streaming services to watch a show. I got all these rules for myself, guys. You don't have to hold to it, but I get angry and I'm like, I'm not doing that because I'm like, oh, they're putting that it thing on 4K in May. I was like, I'll wait, and then it was the whole series was on sale on iTunes for like $12. I was like, okay, I'll buy it digitally, but again, I just don't like to watch stuff live, like Chris said. I kind of like to just watch things at my own leisure and one experience. So even if I'm not going to watch, what is there, 8 episodes? Did you watch that yet? I mean, either, obviously. But yeah, so Cobra Kai. I remember a couple seasons of Cobra Kai. I was like, man, what if I die before the next season comes out? I was so wrapped up in some of those seasons. I was like, I got to take better care of myself. I want to live. You're like, dude, you're like 30.
Yeah, I mean, what was it? Was it the end of 4 when Terry Silver came up?
3 was the end of 3 was when Silver was the snake pit. And that's when I'm like, he's coming back, dude. This is legit.
Where Kreese got arrested.
Yeah, that was the end of 4. That was
just like epic rating.
That was oh man, that was good. Oh, Thomas Ian Griffith, he's the man. He still was. He was what did Paul say? He was just like he was born to play that character. I was like, I know. He snapped right back in. He had the vibe.
35 years later.
Yeah.
What? I retired, but you're gonna play Terry Silver.
They did.
All right, I'm in.
Yeah,
Thought about it. I'm in.
Yep, thought about it. I'm in. That was what did Robert California say? That was it a Jason thing? And The Office. He said something.
I just always laugh when I'm afraid I've lost interest.
Yeah, he is awesome. I actually love watching that season of The Office, even though everyone's like, it's not as good when Michael Scott left. But I'm like, Robert California was awesome. I was like, that season's totally fine with me.
I'm never uncomfortable.
I love saying that. I'm like, I'm never uncomfortable. I'm afraid you've lost me. What does he say? He's like,
to him and
let's
Dwight.
to Pam, let's make a list of all the reasons you can't help me right now. And she's like, well, I'll make it. He's like, let's make it right now. And then she's like, why don't I help you? He's like, there we go. Just the way he is. It's so funny, man. He is hilarious, man. That was great. Oh, cool. Well, should we wrap this up?
Don't want anyone to get bored.
Yeah, don't get too bored of us. We might not come back for 8 years. So again, we were going to do Scream. We're going to do Indiana Jones. I'll say this list one more time. It 1, 2, and 3. Maybe we'll just stick with the movies for now. Friday 13th. Redux. Nightmare on Elm Street. Rambo. Texas Chainsaw. Please vote for that. I want to cover the Ari Aster movies. That would be his 3 A24 movies. Silent Night, Deadly Night, Masters of the Universe. We'll probably do that just because it's 2 movies. I think we both plan on seeing it. So if you can still vote for it. Terror Train, I got that on the list. Batman, so that would be the first section of Batman from the 90s, and then the Dark Knight trilogy. Avengers movies, just the 4 Avengers movies. I'd like to do The Crow, Jaws 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do Halloween Kills, ends in 2018. Karate Kid, the Saw franchise. That'd be a long one. The Kubrick, Nick Slayton version, 2001 to Eyes Wide Shut. Lethal Weapon, Psycho, 1 through 4, and we could do the remake if you wanted to. I have no problem with that movie. like everybody else. Scream. Scream's the last one on my list, so I read it again. So let us know. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you just want us to retire again. Do you feel heard?
Do you feel hurt?
I just read
He rose from his sarcophagus. Or it was a mummy. Oh.
Genius. Cool. All right. So I don't remember what we used to advertise for, but you can visit us on podcastindamovie.com.
Advertise.
Or, plugs it then. Email us at podcastindamovie@gmail.com. On X now, used to be Twitter, X at Podcast in a Movie. Instagram, Podcast in a Movie. Search us, you should find us. Or if you follow Chris, the Slator.
I haven't done anything since 2018.
That's fine. You can see my Nick Slayton music stuff on nickslayton.com. We did redo that website. I should show you sometime. Me and Paul. Well, Paul did. I just, sent him stuff. And then, we got all sorts of media out there for you. One thing I still want to do someday, maybe we could do it in Kentucky because we have more space. Take this gear on a con and do something out of town. Why not? It'd be something different to do. Sit at one of those kitchen tables and talk about a movie or something like that.
I think we can get a table and do like a live broadcast or interview someone there. That'd be a cool goal.
Look into it. What would we do? How would we do it?
I mean, Kane knows my name. We can start there.
He would let us interview him.
This is Kane Hodder.
Could we interview him like in a quiet atmosphere, or does it have to be live out on the floor?
I'll try to swing my power.
All right. Tell him to bring Julius.
We get 2 minutes now.
And bring Jensen Daggett. And Scott Reeves. Well, Scott Reeves, we'll see if he does cons again. But yeah, just something I always kind of wanted to do. But that's a good idea though, Chris. So we'll keep posting some new artwork and just keep some things going. I got a page up on YouTube. Nothing on there yet. I believe it's just a podcast at a podcast in a movie on YouTube. Let me just verify that link or that name, because right now it might be difficult to find. Yeah, at a podcast in a movie on YouTube. So I've looked into stuff and maybe doing like a live stream on there. I got to look into all the rules. I know we could do it on, I think, Instagram, and then there was some weird rule on YouTube, like it can't be from your phone unless you have like 1 million subscribers, something. But whatever, we'll see. We'll maybe post some more stuff than we have been, obviously, social media wise. But send us your messages and let us know what you'd like to hear, or if you're just happy to see that we're back. We're back online. We're back from the dead. We'll be the Jason Lives of the podcast.
Podcast and movie lives.
Podcast and movie lives. That's what we should call it. Resurrection. No, we can't call it that. Too tied to Jason, Halloween 8. So cool. All right. I think we're going to sign off. I think it's been a good show. It's been a pretty long show. But until next time, with Scream, I'll say with confidence, with Scream. This is a podcast and movie, and I'm Nick.
And I'm Chris.
Have a good one.
Slayton Digital Productions.
This is a podcast and a movie.